In this video, we're going to listen to some common recording scenarios with your Zoom H2n. We're going to start with a benchmark of just listening to a recording taken with your camera's internal microphone. Then I'll try out listening to a recording from the lavalier mic plugged into your Zoom H2n. We'll also try the Zoom H2n on a tabletop tripod mounted in both the omni direction, the mid-side direction, and the XY direction. This microphone has two different sides and two different sets of stereo microphones. We'll do the same with this microphone mounted on the camera about 8 to 10 feet away. If you'd like to follow along with these examples blind, which might be a good idea so that you can get an honest assessment of if this is an improvement for you, go ahead and minimize this window and just listen along with the audio. As you hear the examples, write down a score, maybe on a scale of 0 to 10, and just keep track of what you think of the recordings as you hear them. I'll be back at the end with some conclusions, and we'll talk a little bit about what kind of upgrade this might be for you and in what scenarios. All right, good luck. 7723. About 40 years ago, I was taking a long trip on foot over mountain heights, quite unknown to tourists, in that ancient region where the Alps thrust down into Provence. All this at the time I embarked upon my long walk through these deserted regions was barren and colorless land. Nothing grew there but wild lavender. This is 3367. There he began thrusting his iron rod into the earth, making a hole in which he planted an acorn. Then he refilled the hole. He was planting oak trees. I asked him if the land belonged to him. He answered no. Did he know whose it was? He did not. He supposed it was community property, or perhaps belonged to people who cared nothing about it. This is 7468. Years afterward, Giano recalled the turning point in his life, that moment in the afternoon of December 20th, 1911, when he could spare enough pennies to purchase the cheapest book he could find. It turned out to be a copy of Virgil's poems. He never forgot that first flush of his own creative energy. My heart soared. This is 8725. That was the whole of our conversation. When he had set aside a large enough pile of good acorns, he counted them out by tens, meanwhile eliminating the small ones or those which were slightly cracked, for now he examined them more closely. When he had thus selected 100 perfect acorns, he stopped, and we went to bed. 1065. Before leaving, my friend simply made a brief suggestion about certain species of trees that the soil here seemed particularly suited for. He did not force the point, for the very good reason, he told me later, that Bouffier knows more about it than I do. This is 4623. Years afterward, Giano recalled the turning point in his life, that moment in the afternoon of December 20th, 1911, when he could spare enough pennies to purchase the cheapest book he could find. It turned out to be a copy of Virgil's poems. He never forgot that first flush of his own creative energy. My heart soared. For $160, this is a really great sounding microphone. As you can probably tell, the improvement you get when you mount this on a tabletop in particular is just astonishing. It's a huge upgrade on just using your internal camera's microphone. The performance with the lavalier mic was also very, very strong. The one scenario that didn't sound very good to my ears was mounting on a camera about 8 to 10 feet away from your speaker. So it's not a very ideal recording scenario. In general, you want to try to get the microphone closer to your speaker, and that's what you're able to do when you jump for a Zoom H2n or another field recorder, is you get that flexibility to put your recording source closer to your speaker. So I would definitely recommend this recorder and or picking up a lavalier mic. You'll find links in the description to my recommended products. And if you do find this useful, please do follow those links and it'll help support my channel. And I wish you the best of luck in making the right choice for you.